Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pete's Epic Golf Podcast. Join golfer Pete as he interviews international and local golf experts and enthusiasts. Golfer Pete's guests are looking to share how his audience can improve their golf game by improving their mindset, skill set, and gear set. We ask our experts to share their practical tips on golf in one or more of these three core areas. Golfer Pete created his podcast as a resource for anyone who loves golf. Join Golfer Pete as he asks the questions we all need answers to in order to improve our golf game.
Hey, I want to welcome our guests, our special guests on our golf podcast today. I'm Golfer Pete, and we're glad to bring you interesting personalities in golf. So, Kat, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what kind of business you are, and who you serve out there so our viewers can better understand you.
Sure. And thank you for having me, Pete. I'm Kat Ramirez, CEO and founder of Golfing Buddy. And Golfing Buddy really serves more or less people that aren't really the typical golfer. So women, minorities, veterans, beginners, and parents with juniors and adaptive golfers. And a lot of people don't know what adaptive golfers are.
Yeah, I'm not the only one, but tell our viewers what you mean by adaptive golf.
Yeah, so disabled people that want to play golf, they probably played golf before and then got into a situation where they lost a limb or they somehow are disabled and they're not able to play golf like, you and I, but they do have the conveniences to play golf.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And so the company was really created to put an emphasis on, like, when I go play golf, I want to play with people just like me, right?
Yeah.
And so I want other people to feel the same way. So rather than get paired up by the golf course, now they can match themselves with people that they want to play with.
Brilliant.
Playing golf, that's 2 to 4 hours.
Yep.
If you're stuck with someone for 2 to 4 hours and you don't really hit it off in the beginning, it's either going to be really, really painful, right?
Yep.
Or you're just never going to come back to that golf course ever again.
Yep. So true. Yep.
And I want people to play more golf. I want people to come back. I want people to play with more people that they want to play with,
It's a brilliant idea. I'll just throw you a short story. I'm a member of a club right here. It's about 5 minutes away. And so every day I would get up early, work, and then I'd play in the afternoon. So this one day I get there, and some days I have foursome, and some days we just don't connect with enough people. So I just go out there and play. So I go to the pro and I say, "Hey, who's that group teeing off there?" And he goes, "Pete, you wouldn't want to be playing with them." I said, "Why? I don't care." He goes, "They never play with anybody besides themselves.
Right.
I don't think you would fit in." So I said, "Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. I understand." So, but you're right about that. So you're in a cart or you're with person for a couple hours. If they're not open and having fun, that's not going to make the best, day for golf. So
Right.
Brilliant idea. Now, whose idea was it?
So this is a combination of me and my husband, and it's a great story. So is it okay I share the story?
Please share.
Okay.
Please share.
So it's a combo story, but the primal story is we're in Wisconsin. Winter is 6 months. So when it's summer, we take advantage of it. I mean, we're out there, and that's what I love about Wisconsin. So one summer is beautiful and the weekend was just extraordinary. I could not go golf. My husband wanted to play. Desperate, wanted to play. You know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
You can play, and he wanted to play. And I had a project, so I couldn't. And I said, "I'm sorry, go call your buddies." He called everyone all weekend. Nobody could play, nobody. And he was pouting. And so by the end of the weekend, I said, "You know what? Wouldn't it have been great to have some kind of web app or app to connect with other golfers so that you could golf with someone and then you'd have a golfing buddy?" And thus the birth of it, and he's not a guy to play by himself. He will never play by himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there are people that will play by themselves.
I'm the same way. If you tell me play by yourself, I might as well go to the driving range and just hit by myself. Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. Yep.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't even want to go to a driving range by himself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I agree with you. It's just better. It's fun just talking to the person and hitting and just, no, I agree with you. Yes.
Yeah. And golf is social. Golf is a very social sport. You know, I got into golf as a female business person because that's what we did, right? We did business at the golf course, and we most certainly did. And so it was easy for me. The other reason, the second part of the reason Golfing Buddy was created was we went golfing one time and we got paired with another set of golfers. Okay. We're not early golfers. We're usually about 10 to noon golfers, right? 10 to noon. And so typically we feel like that's when the average golfer plays, you know? And when the people that we got paired with, oh my God, it was the most horrific experience. It was two older gentlemen. They lived in the community. Okay. So they're used to golfing. They're probably the two guys that don't ever golf with people. That's probably them.
Yep.
And they spoke to my husband only. That is it.
You're kidding.
Didn't address me. Didn't acknowledge me.
Gosh.
No. It was humiliating, and it was embarrassing. And by the ninth hole, I was done. I said, you know what? You can go play. I don't want to play anymore. I'm done. And I said, I'll just stay and have some drinks. And my husband stayed with me. So we did not finish our game. And so that was my point to it, is like, I don't want to play with people that don't want to play with me.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I totally agree with you. And, you know, unfortunately in golf, you get snobby people. Not many, but you get snobby people. It's just it's kind of the nature of the old sport, I like to say. But the new sport, no way. Everybody wants. Hey, there was a person on the show, and they told me this. They said, you know, there's 18 million off-course golfers and 16 million on-course golfers. Which are you familiar with Topgolf?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's off course.
Okay.
So there's more playing off course golf because, you know, the new generation of golfers, they don't necessarily want to devote 5-6 hours just yet. You know, and actually my guests yesterday, I brought up that number, and they said, you know, it's interesting because he was the president of the Georgia Golf Association where I'm down here. And he said, I don't know how many years ago, it was like 1% of the people would transition to on-course golf.
Gotcha.
Now it's 6%. So it's growing. So the people that go out to Topgolf, they enjoy it. They fun. Hey, yeah, this seems like a pretty good game. I think I'm ready to play the golf courses now. And now they're okay because it's not fun chasing your ball in the woods and you're just starting out. You're trying to get that ball, you know, in play. But Topgolf, of course, we know what that is. Yeah. It's a fun way to introduce people to a potentially game-changing sport. Because you recognize it, because there's nothing better than meeting people, networking, building your business using golf.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. I'll tell you one story that's exactly what your husband was saying about not finding people. So before I joined this club that I'm at now, it was about 5 years ago. I played a public course, and I had gotten 50 to 60 emails. And I'm in marketing, so I put them in my MailChimp, and I'd send out, anybody want to play this Tuesday? Zippo, nothing.
Wow.
And it was like, holy mackerel, it was hard to find. I'm thinking 50, 60 people, I'd at least get one.
Right.
I could hardly get it. And I'm driving by this course that I know, and I know a guy that's a member, and I called him and I said, hey, I drove by your course the other day. And he said, why don't you join? I said, well, what's the deal? And he told me, I said, I'm in. Because I just walk out to the golf course, either have a team or meet people and just play. And so before, I was frustrated because I'm an avid golfer. I play 4 or 5 times a week. and I work, get up early, work, and then play golf. So the need for your services is absolutely off the chain. We'll put it in the links in the show notes. So I don't know too much about you outside of, I looked at it and I said, great concept. So that's all I knew. And I did read your story too, because I thought,
good.
Because it was about a female. I mean, I'm going like, I tried to get my 2 daughters in golf and they couldn't do it.
They didn't do it.
No, but now I'm trying granddaughters. So
good.
Maybe I have some luck.
Yes.
But let me ask you, your philosophy on golf. I know you've touched a little bit on it with your story, but why don't you give our viewers your philosophy of golf?
Okay. So, as far as like golf and the opportunities, I started golf again because of the business world. Okay. I would have nobody in my family plays golf. No, I never was taught golf. The only introduction I had to golf was my ex-boyfriend. He played golf. I was with him for 7 years. I would beg him to take me to the golf course.
What?
I kid you not.
Can you talk to my daughters, please? Yes. No, go ahead. Go
And
ahead.
he would never take me to the golf course. He said, that's my time with the boys.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I mean, I don't, but I do.
This is a real experience.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Yes.
And, so he was just discouraging me. So as soon as we broke up, I bought clubs. I joined the EWGA, the Executive Women's Golf Association. Okay. Took some lessons, and the EWGA was who really introduced me to golf, right? Because a bunch of women that embraced it. They are an organization throughout the U.S. They're now the amateur LPGA. So the amateur LPGA bought them out. Okay.
Right.
And so the premise has always been being around women, play with women. I was more comfortable playing with women because I didn't feel the stereotype of the pressure. I wasn't good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do.
As I got better, and now I used it for business, then I played a lot of scrambles, a lot of those types of events where I could then invite my, clients to.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, the reality is golf teaches you a lot of good life lessons, right? Patience.
Absolutely. Yes.
Patience.
Yep.
You're out in the outdoors. So you get out, you walk. Okay.
Yep.
Everybody needs to walk a little.
Yes. Oh, sure. Yes. Absolutely.
And then you start to learn precision, right? Because you have to have a good core. You have to have some accuracy. You have to know form and function. There are so many good life lessons when you play golf. And I'm a big fan of golf.
Yes.
Now we were like you, we tried to teach our 14-year-old. And in the beginning, he embraced it and he loved it. But now that he's teenage years, it's not a priority.
Yeah.
Not a priority. Yeah. But we feel like that's going to come back around. You know what I mean?
It really does, because my youngest lives in Phoenix and she's moving back and she's playing more because her husband plays all the time. And I said, Mary Rachel, couples golf rocks the world.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, you now being a 1-year-old, you're not going to have as much time, but babies do grow up. Yeah. And the idea of you just hanging out with your husband and playing some couples golf. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I would say my ex never played.
Okay.
I will tell you a story because it's pertinent. So I go to Pebble Beach 35 years ago. And so she's with me, of course, and it was before we had kids. So she was very supportive of me playing. No problem there. But we're playing there and she looks at me and she goes, I would probably play more golf if you bought me, if I had golf clubs. I said, what? Okay. I went over to Monterey, bought her a set of clubs, everything, clubs, bag, everything.
Right. The whole 9 yards.
I was like all in, because I asked her after playing Pebble, I said, what do you think about playing Spyglass tomorrow? She goes, yeah, that's fine. So we got a Spyglass bag and put the clubs and everything. I thought I was set for life. Well, she never played after that.
Are you serious?
Yes. I mean, it broke my heart. Now, did that end my marriage? I don't know, but it took me 39 years to realize that. So maybe, but anyway, the fact is, I know I'm as happy as a pig in mud, but the fact is, it does have some connection.
Oh, no.
Playing together is so powerful, and meeting other couples that have a similar interest. I mean, talking golf, you can talk golf, I think, all day long. I know.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, because it's just so much fun. You described it, the strategy, being outdoors, learning life lessons with business. I mean, if you can tie business into golf, I mean, what it's just perfect.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Okay. Well, we're going to get back to a little bit because I want to know more about you. So tell me we always like, our viewers love to hear what golf courses are your favorite viewers. So what is your favorite golf course that you've played that you can share with our viewers?
I have a bunch. There's one in Atlanta, Georgia. I think it's called the Iron Mountain or something like that in
Stone
Georgia.
Mountain?
Yeah.
Stone.
Thank you.
Stone. Okay. Yeah.
That was a long time ago. I played that one. That was in the beginning of my golf.
Yeah.
And I loved that one. It was great.
Yep.
I felt like a princess because it is a very high class golf course.
Yes. And you see the mountain there. They have a big stone. I mean, yes. Okay. I know.
Yeah, that was a great one. Okay. Now, of course, my favorites are here in Wisconsin because this is where I play.
Right.
The Bog, the Bull, Whistling Springs. I mean, there's a bunch of them.
Oh
there's
a bunch. You play Whistling Springs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I want to play there. Buddy just got back from there and he showed me some pictures.
It's beautiful.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely stunning. And that's what I like about golf courses. I'm more intrigued in the landscape, right? Yeah. The landscape. Whereas my husband is more intrigued of he doesn't want a lot of trees. You know what I mean? He wants it to be open fairways. Right. So if he played probably all Arizona courses, he probably loved that, right?
Yes. Yeah. I was out visiting my daughter last Thanksgiving, and I just grew up on the golf course, like playing and stuff. So hunting golf balls is my thing. I walk by the creek just so I can. It's like finding Easter eggs. Yeah. And everybody will go, Pete, will you get out of the freaking creek? I mean, but I have buckets of balls. I don't ever use them, but it's just fun getting them. So I'm in Arizona and I hit into the cactus and all that kind of stuff. And I see about 30 golf balls in there. So I didn't know any better. I went in there getting them. So my son-in-law finally said, hey, I don't necessarily think you ought to hang out in those. There's snakes out here. So I think I'd back off a little bit. Well, I come out and I said, yeah, that makes sense. I come out, I'm walking a bit and there's blood coming down my leg because I hit a couple, the cactus things. Yeah. Didn't even know it, but it's like I'm bleeding from trying to get golf balls in a place that you shouldn't go to. But hey, you grow up finding golf balls, you love them. So, okay, now we got to get to, is there any other course that you totally like that you can think off the top of your head? That's fine if those are good ones.
Oh no, there's a lot more. I just
I know.
Can't think of them off the top of my head.
Is Augusta National on there?
Yeah. Yes. No, I didn't go to the Augusta National.
Okay, but
I was invited, but I've never played. Yes, I would love to play
out there that Kat wants to play Augusta National. Yes. So all our viewers out there, you want to make her happy? Come on, invite her to Augusta National. Yes.
There you go. That would be awesome.
Yes, that would. Have you ever been just as a spectator?
I have. They had the one of the PGA events probably 4 or 5 years ago here. Yes. And then I think there's a senior one coming here next year, I think.
Okay.
Yes. So we always go, trust me, always. And we take our little guy because he loves it.
Yeah, that place is, it's unbelievable. You have expectations of places and all of a sudden you go, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good. Yeah. When first time I went, my jaw dropped. Yeah. It can't be this beautiful. No way. Eating pimento and cheese and all that kind of, and then drinking a beer for $2 or something ridiculous. It's like crazy good. Yeah. So I know we always like to get into, because we talk about mindset, skill set, and gear set. So what's your favorite equipment? Like, is it a drive? Why don't you share with our viewers
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love my driver. I'm probably the best at my driver. Okay. I'm starting to get, finally, after I don't know how many years of golf now. I've been playing since I was 30 and I'm 50 now. So 20 years of golf. And so I finally got better with my 5-iron. I love my 5-iron. Okay. And my third favorite is my pitching wedge to chip in. Love it.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
That's the hardest one to really master. Those first 4 or 5 years is just getting that touch with that pitch.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. That's number 3, man. What kind of putter are you?
I'm okay putter. So I think it's a hit and miss. Like with we played 3 times last week. So the 3 times we played last week, like the last game we played, my putting was not there. It was off. The first 2 was right on. You know what I mean? Like, not sure if it was the course, not sure if it was timing, the weather, whatever. Right. I'm not going to make any blame or fault to what it was. It was just probably a bad game, the last one. But normally I probably can do some long, holes and short putts. I never usually go over 3. Thank God. I try to keep it to 1 and 2. My big thing, just so you know, Pete, my big thing, because when I met my husband, was not losing balls.
Hey, that's a good one. I mean,
that's
really,
my big goal.
I mean, I think, you play within yourself, of course, and, you have to set your own goals of what you want. And that's a good goal, is really to come back with more balls.
Yes.
Than you started off with.
Yeah. Because my husband can go through probably 8 balls during our same game.
Right. Man, it's good, because I like to lose golf balls because I like finding them. So
whereas I might lose 1 if I do. So
that's good. Well, I have one thing that I wanted to share with you, and it just it popped out of my brain. Okay, let me think of it, because it was what you were talking about. And I'm going
as in regards to the golf balls or losing balls, or
yes. Okay, I know what it was.
Yeah, we knew we were going to get that.
So about 5 years ago, I'm not a long hitter. Maybe 250, something like that.
Okay.
So I started saying, I'm going to focus on putting. And I'm a big on YouTube, and I search things and search them. So I find Dave Stockton, and I studied it. I got notes out. I had cards made. I had everything. I spent tons of time on the green, and there may be some people that'll say they're better putter, but I'm one of the best putters at my club, especially under pressure.
Nice.
And I learned how to read putts from Dave Stockton. And I studied him like I would study anything. Yeah. And it's amazing when you understand, the thirds he believes in looking up the break from the lower side, breaking your putt into thirds. And that last third, when it breaks into the hole, really studying where you want that ball to come into the hole.
Okay.
And just little things like that. It just changed everything. And then you're breathing. Making sure because I'll play in tournaments and I can watch a person breathe and I can tell if he can handle pressure or not.
Okay.
I don't play against ladies that much. Every seldom we do, but it's, in our club, we have a lot of ladies, and they're good, and it's growing. But I tell you, you just watch body language, and man, you can learn so much, because that under the pressure, you got them. Because if they're breathing, if you can just watch. But that's what I learned from Dave Stockton, and he's proven to be a really good putter.
I'm going to have to check him out.
Yes. Good stuff out there.
Awesome.
So I got to ask you, we always like this, we dream of being at the highest level, like the LPGA, the PGA. And so what famous golfer have you met that now we shake hands with a lot of them.
Yeah.
But if your number comes up on their phone, they go, "Oh, Kat's calling. Oh, geez, let me see." Who could you share with our viewers? Who would that be?
I think it might be Jordan. Is it Spears Spikes?
Yes. Yeah.
I think it might be him. I think
Okay.
I probably follow him probably the most.
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah.
I would say
He's a
that if
classic.
he called, I'd be like,
Yeah. What about, would he answer your call if you called him?
Well, wouldn't that be awesome? 'Cause
Yes.
we would love him for golfing buddy.
Oh my gosh, he would be a great golfing buddy. And
Yes, he
imagine
would.
him promoting golfing buddy. Okay, Jordan, you want to get more people playing golf? You got to talk to Kat from
Right.
Buddy and get there, put a commercial together. You just have some fun. He wants to grow the game.
Yes.
I watched his, the live. That was
Yep.
such interesting the way it played out and all, and everybody took a side and
Yes.
stuff like that. Jordan stayed neutral, which
And I love that.
yeah, and he just, even when they did the tomorrow's golf or
Yep.
whatever they call that, he didn't put himself out there in
Yep.
that group, even though Justin, I think his buddy was in it and maybe some others. So I kind of like, and it's understandable. He doesn't need anybody. He's got the big enough brand out there
right.
that he doesn't need to attach, but he stayed neutral. He didn't say anything bad about anything.
Nope.
He said, he just remained neutral.
Yes.
He's just a class act. So,
He is
Jordan,
a class act.
we're going to get him to call you. 'Cause
Okay. Awesome.
We're going to get, because we got to get Golf Buddy on the map big time, more than it is. And I don't even know. Okay. So we got a couple more things and then we're going to wrap it up because I tell you, I think we're at almost close to about a half hour because I would talk all day and I know you would, but we have work to do.
Yes, we do.
It's fun to talk golf, but we got to finance our hobby.
Yes.
So let's see, my last question. Okay. Who do you think would be a good guest on our golf podcast? Do you have anybody you think?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So let me know because we always love to have good guests and we reach out and just ask them to be on and talk golf.
Yes.
And I think, okay, I'm sorry.
Are you ready? You want me to tell you who?
Yes.
Rich.
Absolutely.
Okay. Rich Rogers.
Rich Rogers.
He's in Florida.
Okay.
And here's why.
Okay.
Because I met Rich somehow through Golfing Buddy as well. And he's 6 degrees of golf. He has a golfing networking business.
Okay.
So he actually has a real job like all of us. And then he has a side thing that he created around golf. Okay.
Right.
And his big thing was he wanted more people to network and talk about golf. But you know what I mean? Like they're passionate about golf, but still network. So he has a huge community in Florida and they meet once a month. They get golf education.
Good.
Okay. And then they network and then they go play golf.
Wow.
Yes.
Because we have a client. Okay. I will definitely, I'll have somebody.
I'll send you. I'll send you.
Yeah, that's good. Because we have a client that's opening up near in Orlando. So we've been building a network down there just because we do it for our clients.
Yeah.
And so, we're all, I love Florida because obviously if you're a golfer,
it's sunny state.
Yeah. There's a few golf courses down there too.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how can we help you? Let us know. Tell me how I can help you and our viewers will respond too. So what would be the best thing? Like how would they contact you and so forth? Okay.
So the best thing for me is I really are, Golfing Buddy is a startup. I really need people to join. And when people join, we just automatically upgrade them to a free VIP membership. They don't have to pay. So the more people that we can get on board to get the word out, the better. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can connect with me. I'm Kat Ramirez on LinkedIn. You can also connect with me through Golfing Buddy. We have a Golfing Buddy Facebook page. We got a YouTube page. We have a LinkedIn page, and it's golfing-buddy.com. Very easy.
Awesome. And I'll tell you, I usually wait till afterwards, but I can tell by your personality, Kat, I mean, it's wonderful to have you on. When every Friday at 9 o'clock, we connect people. And so I would love to invite you to meet some of my golfing buddies and others, and we just can see where it can go. Because I have some ideas. Just generally, when I looked at you and the initial stuff when I don't know when
you were checking me out.
Yes, I was. Oh, like somebody says, I'm stalking. I was stalking you, and I was captivated by your story. Actually,
awesome.
So yes, so I'll return the link. It's the same link as you got on here. 9 o'clock. Oh, it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
And I will introduce you to my partner. He's in Canada, and interesting enough, I had a stroke not that it's the best thing that ever happened, but February 5th of last year. So I haven't played golf in 2 years.
Wow.
So I'm telling him, and he goes, Pete, you're a golfer. I go, yeah. He goes, we have to build a brand around golf. I said, man, that's music to my ear. I'm not playing. So I might as well do podcasting and anything else. So he's not a golfer. He's but he loves to network, and he has golfing buddies, but he's like an accountant, and he's just not a golfer. Well, he was. He's a connector. And I'm telling you, Kat, you would be great on his podcast. He's kind of more national because he has other, I'm his partner in the US. So he has others, but getting more exposure to other areas, because golfing buddy is a concept that needs to happen.
Yes, it does. Thank you. Yeah,
absolutely. And I experienced it personally by 50, 60 emails going out and nobody wants to play. I mean, come on. Who doesn't
Not on Golfing Buddy.
I know. But I think on an app and real time and being able to do things, that was about six years ago.
I believe it.
So it's gotten a little bit better. But if your concept was around then, I may never have joined my country club, because if I could play with buddies, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
That's one of the advantages of joining a course is you have a built in, but when you don't, you got to have buddies.
Yeah. Okay, and that's right. That's right. Yes. And you build friends that way. And
absolutely you do.
So just in case, so nobody forgets, happy birthday, Pete, because I know it's
your birthday. Thank you, man. Hey, this was a treat on my birthday, man. You just made my day.
Awesome. I hope you go play a round of golf.
Well, I'm not playing just yet.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
It's in my mind. This is my golf right here.
Okay.
So that's why
awesome.
I tend to get excited about, because I can't get out there and rip that ball, because I was 4 to 5 times a week before my stroke.
Wow.
And I had a hernia before that, and I blew it out at a high school reunion when a buddy of mine says, hey, my nephew thinks he can beat you in a long drive. I said, okay, let me see it. So he hits, and I came out of my shoes and caused some bad stuff, because I already had one, but I forgot about it, because, you get in the moment where you just so excited about some young guy trying to beat you.
Yeah.
So I don't do that anymore, because that sudden swing doesn't help. But I'll be out there someday soon.
Well, good. Okay. Awesome.
Well, Kat, you have been an unbelievable guest, and I want to thank you for taking the time to share yourself and Golf Buddy with our golf community.